Welcome back to Horoscope TV. If you are an Aries and you think August 28th is, the perfect day to march into your manager's office to demand a raise or,
Oh, please don't do that.
right, or like the right day to buy a brand new car, you really need to stop whatever you are doing and listen to me
Yes, absolutely.
because you are walking straight into a massive cosmic trap. We are looking exactly at the week of August 24 to August 30, 2026.
And this week brings a complete overhaul for you.
It really does. You are going to face this uh, highly volatile eclipse that will absolutely force you to deal with hidden fears and secret baggage.
Yeah, the heavy stuff.
But if you can survive the storm without making any sudden moves, well, the astrological charts promise a massive surge of completely fresh, unstoppable energy waiting for you by the end of the week.
That is exactly the situation we are looking at. And just to lay out how we are going to do this, everything in our conversation today is based strictly on the astrological charts and the astro data for this specific week.
Right. The actual math of it.
Exactly. We are looking at the geometry of the sky, where the planets are, the angles they make with each other, and the real world impact that has on an Aries.
And we are going to analyze all of this in plain, simple language. No big words.
No, we want to keep it clear. We're going to cover what this means for your love life, your career, your money, and your physical health.
I really appreciate that because sometimes astrology can sound like, I don't know, a completely different language.
Oh, it really can.
Yeah. We're keeping it simple, but we are looking at the whole board. So let's jump right into the very start of the week, August 24.
Okay, let's do it.
Because from what I'm seeing in these charts, the universe is giving Aries some incredibly confusing directions right out of the gate.
Mixed signals for sure.
Yeah. We have Saturn going retrograde in Aries, but on the exact same day, Jupiter's hanging out in Leo.
Right.
So help me understand what is actually happening in the sky here, because to me it sounds like a tug of war.
It is a massive tug of war. Let's break down the mechanics of what a retrograde actually is because, well, that helps explain the feeling.
Okay, because retrograde always sounds scary.
It does, but when we say Saturn is going retrograde, it doesn't mean the planet actually stops and flies backward in space.
Right, that's impossible.
Exactly. It is an optical illusion. Earth is moving faster on its inside track around the sun, and as we pass Saturn, it looks like Saturn is moving backward from our point of view.
Oh, I get it. It's like when you pass a slower car on the highway, and for a second, the other car looks like it's drifting backward.
That is the perfect way to picture it. But in astrology, that optical illusion has a very real psychological meaning.
Okay.
Saturn is the planet of rules, structure, time, and discipline. It is sort of the taskmaster.
Right.
So when it goes retrograde, especially in your own sign of Aries, the normal forward momentum of your personal goals gets yanked backward.
And Aries is a fire sign, so we hate that.
You really do. You want to initiate, you want to charge forward, you want to conquer.
Yeah, that's the Aries way.
But Saturn retrograde is the universe putting up a giant yellow caution sign, forcing you to slow down and rethink your long-term plans.
Oh, wow.
It asks, are you building something solid or are you just rushing because you are impatient?
Okay, so that is one side of the coin. The universe is telling me to, check my blueprints.
Exactly.
But then on the same exact day, we have Jupiter in Leo.
Oh.
Jupiter is the planet of luck, right?
Yes, expansion and luck.
And Leo is a fire sign, just like Aries. So if Saturn is telling me to slow down and check the blueprints, what is Jupiter telling me?
Jupiter's standing on the table shouting at you to take the biggest risk of your life.
Wow.
Jupiter expands whatever it touches. It is the planet of big dreams, gambling, and, leaping into the unknown.
And it's in Leo.
Right. When it sits in Leo, a sign that loves the spotlight and loves drama, it feeds your natural Aries fire. It makes you feel completely invincible.
I see the problem here.
Yeah.
I'm going to use an analogy.
Yeah.
It sounds like I am sitting in the driver's seat of a very fast sports car.
Okay, I like this.
And Jupiter's telling me to slam my foot on the gas pedal and see how fast this thing can go. But Saturn has just reached over and ripped the emergency brake all the way up.
Yes.
If I do both of those things at the same exact time, I am not going to win a race. I am just going to spin out, burn a ton of rubber, and completely destroy my transmission.
That is a brilliant way to picture it. If you just act on impulse today, you will burn out your engine.
So how do you drive the car when the charts look like this?
You have to let these two planets work together, rather than fighting each other.
Okay.
Use Saturn's caution to plan for Jupiter's big risk. If Jupiter gives you an incredible, wild idea for a new business on the 24th, Do not quit your job that afternoon.
Right, don't just jump.
Exactly. Write the idea down. Let Saturn help you build a step-by-step business plan over the next few months.
Oh, I see.
Slowing down doesn't mean giving up on the dream. It just means making sure the road is paved before you hit the gas.
That makes total sense. We dream big with Jupiter, but we build a foundation with Saturn. Now, that is just your personal goals. The astro data shows something equally confusing happening in your relationships on August 24.
Yeah, the relationship sector is really busy.
Mars, which is the ruling planet of Aries, is traveling through Cancer all week. But Venus is traveling through Libra. Break down these two planets for me.
Well, Mars is your ruler. It represents aggression, drive, and, how you fight.
Right.
Usually an Aries fights outwardly, you charge the castle. But Cancer is a water sign. It is represented by the crab.
Okay.
Cancer energy is all about home, family, emotional security, and having a hard outer shell to protect a very soft inside.
So it's very defensive.
Very. When your fighting planet Mars moves into this protective water sign, your aggression turns inward to defend your territory.
So instead of charging the castle, I'm pulling up the drawbridge and standing on the wall with a bow and arrow.
Exactly. You become incredibly defensive of your family, your close friends, and even your professional reputation. If someone makes even a mild joke about your partner or questions a decision you made at work, you will snap at them. You are deeply sensitive to any perceived threat to your inner circle this week.
But then we have Venus in Libra. Venus is the planet of love and beauty, and Libra is the sign of partnerships and balance. So is Venus trying to play the diplomat?
Yes, and Venus is actually at home in Libra. It is very strong there.
Okay.
Libra wants harmony at all costs. It wants everyone to smile, compromise, and get along.
Right.
So you have this bizarre mix inside you. One half of you is ready to bite someone's head off to protect your loved ones, and the other half is desperately trying to keep the peace and be charming.
That sounds exhausting.
It is a lot of internal pressure.
Let's make this practical. Let's say I am at a dinner party on the 24th, and someone makes a slightly rude comment about my career.
Okay.
Mars in Cancer wants me to flip the table and yell at them. Venus in Libra wants me to pour them more wine and change the subject. What do I actually do?
You let Venus take the lead in your communication, but you let Mars set your internal boundary.
Meaning?
You don't flip the table, because that causes chaos. But you also don't just smile and pretend it didn't happen, because then your Mars energy will turn into resentment.
Yeah, I'd just be quietly fuming all night.
Right. You use the charm of Libra to deliver a very firm boundary. You might smile and say, I work incredibly hard at what I do, and I'd appreciate it if we talked about something else.
Oh, that's good.
You protect your territory, but you do it with grace.
Okay, so we navigate the 24th by planning our risks and setting polite but firm boundaries.
Exactly.
But the astrological charts show that this is really just a warm-up.
Oh, yeah. It gets wilder.
Because the very next day, August 25, the sky completely shifts again. We have a battle between your social life and your need for order.
Yes, the moon and Mercury.
Right. The moon enters Aquarius, but Mercury moves into Virgo. Walk me through this clash.
So, the moon represents your emotions and your immediate needs. When the moon moves into Aquarius, your emotional need is to connect with the collective.
Aquarius is an air sign, right?
Yes, it's an air sign. It's social, eccentric, and loves being part of a group. It makes you want to get out of the house, be around people, and talk about big, weird ideas.
That sounds fun.
It is. For a single Aries, this is electric energy. You could easily strike up a conversation with a stranger at a coffee shop and feel an instant, bizarre spark.
But then Mercury enters Virgo.
Right.
Mercury is the planet of communication and mental focus. And Virgo is an earth sign obsessed with details, routine, health, and perfectionism.
You nailed it. So while your heart wants to go out and meet interesting strangers, your brain is suddenly obsessed with color-coding your emails, reorganizing your kitchen cabinets, and starting a strict new diet.
Oh, wow.
Virgo energy is incredibly critical. It spots the one typo in a 50-page document. It notices that you forgot to dust the top of the bookshelf.
I see the conflict. On the 25th, I want to go to a wild, spontaneous party because of the Aquarius moon. But Mercury is telling me I need to stay home, meal prep my healthy lunches for the week, and scrub the baseboards.
Exactly.
How do I map that out?
Yeah.
Because I can't do both at the same time.
The secret here is time blocking your day to honor both planets.
Time blocking.
Yeah. Use the daytime hours for Mercury and Virgo. When you are at work, use that sharp, critical energy to catch mistakes, finish difficult tasks, and organize your desk.
Okay, that handles the workday.
Right. And use your lunch break to plan out your meals or go to the gym. Exhaust that Virgo need for perfection.
And then what about the evening?
Then, when the sun goes down, you clock out, you put the spreadsheets away, and you let the Aquarius moon take over.
Nice.
You go out, you socialize, and you don't worry if your apartment is perfectly clean.
That sounds like a solid strategy.
Mhm.
Work hard, play hard.
Exactly.
But the charts show a massive roadblock for the play hard part of the evening. Also, on August 25, Mercury moves opposite the node.
Yes, this is tricky.
Now, I need you to explain exactly what the node is, what an opposition is, and why this is going to ruin my social budget.
Absolutely. So, the lunar nodes aren't actual planets. They are mathematical points in the sky.
Okay.
They are the exact points where the moon's orbit crosses the sun's apparent path. In astrology, the nodes represent our destiny, our karmic path, and our deepest hungers.
Okay, so they are the invisible intersections of the sun and the moon.
Right.
And what does an opposition mean mechanically?
An opposition is an angle of 180 degrees. Imagine standing on Earth.
Yeah.
Look to your left, and there is Mercury in Virgo.
Okay.
You look to your absolute right, completely on the opposite side of the sky, and there is the node. They are pulling you in opposite directions.
Oh, I see.
It is maximum tension. Now, Mercury rules our logical thinking and how we process details, and that includes numbers and money.
Oh.
Yeah. When it is pulled away from your natural path by this opposition, your logic gets distorted. Specifically for Aries right now, this transit points directly to financial blind spots.
So wait, my logic gets severed from reality. How does that look in practice?
Aries is already a very generous sign. When you are out having fun, you aren't thinking about next week's electric bill.
Right, we live in the moment.
Exactly. Under this specific opposition, your brain literally struggles to connect the action of spending money with the consequence of having less money.
Wow, that is dangerous.
It really is. You will be out under that social Aquarius moon, surrounded by friends, and you will think, I should buy the entire bar a round of drinks. It's fine, I have money.
Right.
But your Mercury and Virgo logic is compromised. You might not actually have the money.
Let me push back on this for a second.
Here.
You just told me to go out and socialize because the Aquarius moon is begging for connection.
I did.
But now you are telling me I can't trust my own brain when it comes to spending money. How can I possibly go out and be social if I'm a financial liability to myself?
By using Virgo to outsmart your own Aries impulses before you leave the house.
Okay.
Virgo loves rules and boundaries. Before you go out to socialize, decide exactly how much you can afford to lose.
Oh, like setting a strict limit.
Exactly. Take that amount out in physical cash. Leave your debit cards and credit cards locked in a drawer at home.
That's smart.
Take the cash and go out. The Aquarius moon doesn't care if you are buying expensive cocktails or sitting on a park bench talking about aliens. It just wants the human connection.
Right. He just wants to be weird and social.
Yes. And when the cash is gone, your night of spending is over, and you physically cannot make an impulse purchase.
That is brilliant. Let the stars dictate the mood, but let the cash dictate the budget.
Exactly.
So we get through the 25th without going broke. Now the charts show us building toward August 27th.
Yes.
On this day, the sun meets Mercury in Virgo, and later that day, the moon moves into Pisces. Tell me about the sun and Mercury meeting up.
When the sun and Mercury are in the exact same degree of the same sign, we call it a conjunction.
Okay.
In ancient astrology, when a planet gets this close to the sun, it is said to be in the heart of the sun. Oh, that sounds powerful.
It is. The sun illuminates Mercury. Mercury is your thinking, your communication.
Right.
When the sun shines a massive spotlight directly on it in the sign of Virgo, you get unparalleled, crystal clear mental focus. It is like waking up and suddenly realizing you speak a language you didn't know yesterday.
So this is the day to tackle the hardest problem at work.
Exactly.
Exactly.
If there is a project your boss cannot figure out, look at it on the 27th. The solution will be glaringly obvious to you. You will know exactly what needs to be fixed.
Wow.
It's also the perfect day to look at your physical health routines because Virgo rules the body's systems.
Like figuring out why I'm always tired.
Yes. You might finally realize, oh, the reason I have a headache every afternoon is because I stare at my screen for 4 hours without drinking water. The answers to your daily problems become incredibly clear.
That sounds like a superpower.
It really is.
But then the moon goes into Pisces.
Pisces is a water sign. It is the sign of dreams, the subconscious, and deep sensitivity.
Yeah.
So I go from having laser beam mental focus to feeling like I am wading through deep water.
Yes, and that transition will feel very abrupt. By the evening of the 27th, the mental sharpness fades into a profound exhaustion.
Just totally wiped out.
Right. Pisces rules the final house of the zodiac, the 12th house. It is the end of the cycle. When the moon hits this space, your body and your mind are asking you to power down.
Why the sudden need to power down? Am I just tired from thinking so hard all day?
That is part of it, but the real reason the universe is forcing you to rest on the evening of the 27th is because it is preparing you for the shock of the 28th.
Oh boy.
Your body knows a storm is coming. The charts show that you absolutely must go to bed early on the 27th.
Okay, noted.
Do not stay up late watching television. Do not go out. Sleep. Gather your physical strength because what happens the next morning is going to take everything you have.
Okay, that brings us to the climax of the week. Let's look at August 28th. Based on the astro data, this day is a gauntlet. It is a cosmic trap.
It is the most intense day of the week, hands down.
First, we have a full moon and a lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces.
Right.
What is actually happening in the sky during a lunar eclipse, and why is it so much worse than a regular full moon?
Well, a regular full moon happens when the sun and the moon are opposite each other, with the earth in the middle.
Okay.
The sun fully lights up the moon. It brings things to a climax. But during an eclipse, the alignment is so perfect that the earth's physical shadow falls across the face of the moon, blocking the light.
Oh, so it goes dark.
Exactly. In astrology, the moon represents your comfort zone, your emotions, and your safety. When the earth's shadow blocks your comfort zone, you are plunged into the dark.
This sounds terrible.
It is a sudden, jarring removal of whatever makes you feel safe.
And this eclipse is happening in Pisces.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier that for an Aries, Pisces rules the 12th house. The charts call this the zone of hidden things. What kind of hidden things are we talking about here?
We are talking about the things you sweep under the rug.
Stuff we don't want to deal with.
Exactly. The 12th house rules the subconscious, secrets, old karmic debts, and things you try to ignore because they are painful.
Right.
When a lunar eclipse hits this exact zone, the rug is ripped away. Everything you have been hiding from yourself is dragged out into the cold, harsh light of day.
Give me a real-world example of how this ruins an Aries morning on the 28th.
Let's talk about emotional baggage first. Say you had a terrible breakup 3 years ago.
Okay.
You tell everyone you are totally over it, but deep down, you still harbor a lot of resentment. You have shoved that anger into your 12th house.
Oh, I see where this is going.
On the morning of the 28th, you might wake up from a highly intense, disturbing dream about that ex.
Ugh, the worst.
Or you might be at the grocery store and smell the perfume they used to wear, and suddenly you are overwhelmed with anger and grief right there in the produce aisle. The universe is forcing you to feel the feelings you tried to skip.
And it isn't just emotions, right? The hidden things can be literal physical things.
Absolutely. You might go to the mailbox on the 28th and find a final notice for a medical bill you thought your insurance paid 6 months ago.
Oh no.
It is a debt from the past that you forgot about, suddenly demanding your attention. Or an old friend might text you out of the blue, bringing up an argument you thought was buried years ago.
Knowing Aries, the natural reaction to a surprise bill or an old argument is to get really hot and angry. Aries wants to fight.
Of course.
I'd want to call the billing department and yell at them. Or text the friend back with a massive paragraph defending myself.
And that is exactly what you must not do.
Really? Just let it go.
Yes. The trap of this eclipse is getting sucked into the drama. The universe isn't bringing these things up to punish you. It is bringing them up so you can pay the toll and cross the bridge.
Okay, that makes sense.
If you fight the bill, you will just waste your energy. If you text the friend back, you will start a war.
Right. Nobody wins.
My analysis of the charts is very clear. Pay the forgotten bill. Delete the text. Let the anger wash over you, and then let it go.
Just let it pass.
Exactly. The eclipse is a cosmic clearing out process. You have to let the trash be taken out.
But the trash isn't the only problem on the 28th.
Unfortunately not.
We are already emotionally drained, dealing with ghosts from the past, and then the charts show another massive transit happening on the exact same day.
The Uranus square.
Right. The Sun and Mercury form a square with Uranus. Break this down mechanically. What is a square?
A square is an angle of 90 degrees between planets.
Right.
Think of two cars approaching the same intersection from different roads at the exact same time. they are going to crash.
Oh, okay. That's a great visual.
It is an angle of extreme tension, friction, and conflict. Now, the sun represents your core self, and Mercury is your communication.
And Uranus.
Uranus is the planet of sudden, shocking, unpredictable change. It is the lightning bolt.
So my core self and my communication are crashing into a lightning bolt.
Exactly. When Uranus is involved, you cannot plan for what is going to happen because its very nature is to break the rules.
How did that play out?
At work, this translates to sudden disruptions. You might walk into the office on the 28th, already exhausted from the eclipse, only to have your manager announce, "We are completely restructuring the department today, and your job duties have changed."
Are you kidding me?
Or a major client you have relied on for years suddenly sends an email saying they are pulling out of their contract effective immediately.
That sounds like a nightmare. If my boss changes my job duties out of nowhere, my Aries instinct is to stand up and say, absolutely not. This is unfair. I didn't agree to this.
And that is the second part of the trap.
Wait, I shouldn't stand up for myself.
Not today. If you argue with your boss under a Uranus square, you will likely get fired or you will create permanent damage to your career.
Wow.
The energy is too volatile. Uranus doesn't care about fairness. It cares about disruption.
Okay, I want to use an analogy here to really drive this home for our listeners.
Go for it.
August 28th is not just a rainy day. It is a Category 5 hurricane.
Yes.
Now, if you live on the coast and a hurricane is making landfall, what do? You don't take your boat out to see if the fish are biting. You don't decide it's a good day to climb onto the roof and clean your gutters.
Definitely not.
You pull the hurricane shutter shut, you lock the doors, you sit in the safest room in the house, and you let the storm scream outside. You survive it.
That is exactly the mindset you need. Do not fight the hurricane.
Just hunker down.
Right. When the boss changes the rules, nod your head, say you understand, and go back to your desk. Do not push back. Do not try to fix the massive problem on the 28th. Just survive the day.
Okay.
Furthermore, Uranus squares are notorious for creating sudden urges to rebel.
Because you feel trapped.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because you feel so stressed and restricted, you might think, I'm going to buy a $5,000 television right now to make myself feel better.
Retail therapy.
Do not do it. An impulse buy under this transit will be a massive regret. The television will arrive broken, or you'll realize you can't pay your rent. Keep your wallet locked away.
As if this wasn't enough, there is a specific health warning in the charts for the 28th.
Yes, the besieged energy.
Right. The astro data points to malefic besieged energy. I need you to explain the mechanics of what besieged means, because it sounds terrifying.
In traditional astrology, to be besieged means a planet is physically sandwiched between two malefic or difficult planets, usually Mars and Saturn.
So it's trapped.
Yes, it means there is no easy way out. The energy is trapped, pressurized, and highly prone to accidents.
Oh, no.
Now, Aries is a very physical, active sign. You process your stress through your body.
True.
When you get stressed at work, you probably want to go to the gym and lift the heaviest weights you can find or go for a high-speed mountain bike ride.
Yeah, sweat it out. If my boss yells at me, I want to go run 5 miles until my lungs burn.
The charts are screaming at you not to do that on the 28th.
Really?
Yeah.
No running?
No. Your physical energy is already heavily drained by the lunar eclipse. Your nervous system is fried from the Uranus square.
Okay.
Your reaction times will be significantly slower than you realize, and your mind is distracted by whatever hidden emotional baggage the eclipse dug up.
So I'm just clumsy and not paying attention.
Exactly. If you try to do a dangerous, high-intensity physical activity today, the besieged energy means you are highly likely to drop a weight on your foot, sprain an ankle, or crash your bike.
So no skydiving, no heavy squats, no martial arts.
None. The best thing you can do for your body on the 28th is gentle stretching or a slow walk around the block.
Just keep it extremely low impact.
Right. Then sleep extra hours, take a nap under your desk if you have to.
Wow, just complete rest.
The universe is throwing all of this at you on one single day because it is forcing a hard reset. It is emptying your cup.
Right.
It is taking away the old debts, the old baggage, the old rules at work, and your physical tension. It is breaking you down so that it can rebuild you.
And that brings us to the rebuild. The storm finally breaks.
It does.
We survive the 28th, we stay quiet on the 29th, and then we reach August 30.
Yes, the shift.
The charts show a monumental shift. The moon enters Aries. This is your home turf. The rebound.
Yeah.
Walk me through what happens when the backpack finally comes off.
The contrast between the 28th and the 30th is going to feel like night and day.
Oh, thank goodness.
During the eclipse, you were in the dark water of Pisces. But when the moon moves into your own sign of Aries on the 30th, the fire is lit again.
Nice.
You know that feeling when you have had the flu for a week and you finally wake up one morning and realize your head is clear and you can breathe again?
Best feeling in the world.
That is August 30. Your vitality, which was drained to absolute zero, comes rushing back into your body.
So the hurricane passed. The sky is blue, and I have my energy back.
Yeah.
How do I apply this to the real world?
Well,
Because the charts show that confidence is going to be through the roof and honest communication is favored. I want to know how to use this.
remember on the 28th when I told you to bite your tongue and not argue with your boss about the new rules?
Yes, to just nod and smile.
The 30th is the day you finally speak up.
Oh, okay.
But because the eclipse cleared out your panic and your fear, you aren't going to speak from a place of anger. You're going to speak from a place of grounded, absolute confidence.
Right, without all the emotional baggage.
Exactly. You can walk into your boss's office and say, I've thought about the new structure, and here is how I think we can make it work better.
And they'll actually listen.
They will listen to you because you radiate authority today.
What about the financial decisions we delayed? You told me not to buy the TV or the car on the 28th.
The 30th is the day to make the big financial moves.
Really?
Yes, because the moon is in your sign, your instincts are sharp and aligned with your true needs.
Okay.
If you still want to buy the car on the 30th, it is because you actually need the car, not because you are having a sudden emotional crisis. You can sign the lease, make the investment, or ask for the raise.
The astro data also gives us some specific lucky elements to help harness this fresh start.
It does.
We know August 25 and August 30 are the peak days of the week. But the charts also highlight the color scarlet and a very specific set of lucky numbers, 1, 9, 14, 21, 28, and 30.
Right, the lucky elements.
Now, I always struggle with this part of astrology.
Yeah.
How do I actually use the color scarlet? Do I just stare at a red wall to feel better?
No, it is about practical magic and psychology. Every color emits a specific frequency, and scarlet, well, it's very bright, bold, blood red with a hint of orange.
Like a fire engine.
Right. It is the exact visual match for Aries fire. It represents life force and courage. To use it practically, you wear it.
Like a power tie or a red dress.
Exactly. But it works on two levels. First, it works on the people around you.
Oh, really?
Yes, human psychology dictates that we see the color red as dominant and authoritative. If you walk into a negotiation on the 30th wearing a scarlet shirt, the other person subconsciously reads you as the alpha in the room.
That is super interesting.
But more importantly, it works on you. Every time you pass a mirror or look down at your sleeves, your brain registers that bold color.
And that does what?
It acts as an anchor, reminding you of the power you got back after the eclipse. It physically helps you hold on to your confidence.
I love that. It's a psychological anchor.
Yeah.
Now, what about the numbers? 1, 9, 14, 21, 28, 30. I don't just want to buy a lottery ticket.
No, that's not how you use them.
How do I weave these numbers into my day-to-day life to actually get a benefit?
You use them to structure your time and your actions. You are basically aligning your physical reality with the mathematical harmony of the charts.
Okay, give me an example.
Let's say you have a highly stressful task to do on the 30th. You need to write a difficult proposal.
Right.
Set a timer for exactly 21 minutes. Work with intense focus for 21 minutes, then stop.
Oh, I see.
Or if you need to send an email that requires courage, maybe asking someone out on a date or pitching a client, schedule the email to send at exactly 9:14 a.m.
By using the numbers as timers or schedule markers, I am intentionally sinking into the rhythm of the astrology.
Oh, exactly.
It's like catching the wave at the exact right second instead of paddling against the current.
Perfectly said. You are turning mundane actions into intentional rituals. If you go for a run to burn off energy, run for exactly 30 minutes. It trains your brain to look for the cosmic alignment in small things.
Okay, so we know how to handle our own energy. We know what to wear, when to speak, and when to hide.
Right.
But we do not live in a vacuum. We have to interact with other people.
Always the hardest part.
Yeah. The astrological charts for this week show some very clear winners and losers when it comes to who you should be spending time with. Let's talk about the best possible match right now. Leo.
Oh, Leo is fantastic this week.
Why is Leo the ultimate companion for Aries this week?
It comes down to elemental harmony. Both Aries and Leo are fire signs.
So they just speak the same language.
Exactly. When you put two fire signs together, they don't need to explain themselves to each other. They just get it.
Right.
Leo brings a very specific type of fixed fire. It is warm, consistent, and generous. They are like a roaring fireplace, whereas Aries is like a sudden spark.
The charts highlight how Leo is crucial during two specific parts of the week. First, during that social Aquarius moon on the 25th. If I want to go out and have fun, Leo is the one coming with me.
Absolutely. Leo loves to be seen, loves to perform, and has boundless energy.
They won't get tired.
No, they will match your social drive perfectly on the 25th. They will be the life of the party right alongside you, and they won't judge you if you want to stay out late.
But the real value of Leo seems to be during the nightmare of the 28th.
Yes.
During the eclipse.
Yes.
When I am sitting in the dark, dealing with my hidden fears and unexpected disruptions, how does Leo help?
Well, a water sign or an earth sign might try to fix your problems on the 28th, or they might try to force you to talk about your deep, dark feelings.
Oh, I hate that.
As an Aries, that will only make you more stressed. Leo understands your need for independence.
So what do they do?
A Leo friend will simply show up, sit on the couch with you, order a pizza, and bring a warm, sunny disposition to the room.
Just a good presence.
Exactly. They lead by example. Their natural confidence is contagious. When you are feeling beaten down by the eclipse, looking at a Leo reminds you that you are also made of fire.
Oh, wow.
They remind you of your own strength without forcing you to talk about your weakness.
That is incredibly valuable. Seek out a Leo. Call them. Keep them close.
Yes, highly recommend.
But the charts also give us a stark warning about the worst match for the week. Cancer.
Oh, Cancer's going to be tough.
And I find this fascinating because we talked earlier about how Mars, your ruling planet, is traveling through Cancer right now.
Right.
So the very energy that is making Aries feel protective is the energy that is making actual Cancer people impossible to deal with.
Yes, the clash here is profound. Mars is a fiery, aggressive planet, and Cancer is a sensitive, emotional water sign.
Right.
When Mars moves through Cancer, it is like dropping a hot coal into a bucket of water. It creates steam, and it makes the water boil.
Okay, that's a bad combination.
Cancer people right now are feeling incredibly defensive, easily bruised, and prone to taking everything personally.
And Aries is naturally direct. We don't sugarcoat things.
Exactly. Your natural communication style is to just state the facts. You might say, hey, this pasta is a little undercooked.
Right.
You mean exactly that the pasta needs 2 more minutes. But a Cancer person, under this Mars transit, hears, you are a terrible cook, I hate this meal, and you don't care about me.
Oh, wow, they take it that hard.
Yes. They process your directness as a personal attack.
Okay, let me push back on this. It's easy to say avoid Cancer if it's just an acquaintance.
Right.
But what if my spouse is a Cancer? What if my boss is a Cancer? I can't just move out of my house for a week or ignore my boss.
No, you can't.
How does an Aries actually navigate a shared kitchen when the energy is this volatile?
You have to practice aggressive de-escalation.
Aggressive de-escalation.
If you live with a Cancer, you must recognize that any attempt to have a deep, productive conversation this week is going to fail. The steam will blind both of you.
So don't try to hash things out.
Exactly. If you come home and the Cancer in your life is acting moody or defensive, do not ask, what is wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? That will trigger a massive fight.
So I just ignore them. Because that feels rude.
You don't ignore them. You lower the temperature and give them an exit ramp.
How do I do that?
You say something like, I can see you're dealing with a lot right now. I'm going to go read a book in the other room, but I'm here if you need me.
Oh, that's really good.
You give them physical and emotional space without abandoning them. You do not try to fix their mood.
And what happens if they try to pick a fight with me? Especially during the eclipse on the 28th, when they want to cling to security, and I am dealing with my own hidden fears.
You absolutely refuse to engage.
Just walk away.
If they snap at you, you use your Venus and Libra energy from earlier in the week. You say, I love you, but we are both stressed. Let's talk about this on Saturday. You simply refuse to get drawn into the emotional whirlpool. By giving them space, you protect your own drained energy, and you prevent a small misunderstanding from turning into a relationship-ending argument.
Space for Cancer, closeness with Leo. I think we have mapped this out perfectly.
I think so too.
Let's do a quick recap. The week starts on the 24th with a massive internal tug-of-war. We are using Saturn's caution to plan Jupiter's big risks.
Yes.
We are keeping our wallets locked up on the 25th when we go out to socialize under the Aquarius moon, because Mercury is playing tricks with our financial logic.
Then we use the mental brilliance of the 27th to solve our work problems before immediately going to sleep early.
Because the 28th is the hurricane. The Pisces lunar eclipse and the Uranus square.
The big test.
We are staying inside, paying the surprise bills, deleting the angry texts from our exes, keeping our mouths shut when the boss changes the rules, and absolutely refusing to do any extreme sports so we don't end up in a cast.
And if you follow those instructions and survive the storm, the reward hits on August 30.
The best part,
The Aries moon brings your fire back, allowing you to finally take charge, speak your mind, and wear scarlet while you do it.
which brings me to one final thought for you, Aries.
Uh-huh.
We know the 28th is going to force you to take out the emotional trash.
Right.
It is going to clear out your hidden fears and the past baggage that has been weighing you down. So once the slate is completely wiped clean, what bold, entirely new goal are you going to chase when your full, unstoppable power returns on the 30th?
That is the question.
You have an empty cup, and you get to decide exactly what to fill it with. Think big.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for listening to the conversation today on Horoscope TV. If you want to make sure you are always prepared for the cosmic weather, hit that subscribe button right now so that you get notified the very moment the next episode is available. Stay safe during the eclipse, and we will see you next week.